Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Glitch Games. I'm assuming you've never seen me before, or if you're a subscriber, welcome back. So this is my brand new Planet Coaster series, episode 1, where I'll be recreating my theme park, or my local theme park, the nearest one to me anyways. So this theme park is actually in Perth, Western Australia, and it is quite a bit of a drive away from where I live, but it is my nearest theme park, and I've been there quite a few times. So I think I have the experience to make this theme park. On the screen right now you can actually see me making the graphics for the theme park entry. I actually had started building this before I decided to make a YouTube video, so the start of it's not actually recorded. I do have some pictures on the phone that I'll just plop up on screen at random intervals of this episode. But yeah, I've never done one of these just sit here and talk whilst other footage is going along. As you can see here, I'm looking for the logo, getting the logo all done for that graphics design. But yeah, I don't know what to talk about. I really haven't thought much into this. It's just, I'm here now, we're talking, and we'll just see what comes to mind. So, I don't really know what to talk about. Let's talk about holidays. Holidays are a pretty cool thing. Last holidays, I actually went up north in Western Australia. We went around like Mount Augustus, kind of Karajini area. Probably if you're an overseas viewer, you don't know where any of those places are, but just a quick brief. Mount Augustus is the world's largest rock, and Karajini has some pretty cool gorges. And I've got actually some holiday videos on the channel of me vlogging my experience there, so if you guys want to check that out, that would be pretty cool. So they're on the channel as well. Holidays were pretty cool. We went up like near Geraldton. Another place we went to on our holiday was actually Cowberry, and Cowberry National Park has some pretty cool things that you can go to. For example, there's this really new attraction that I think it's only a few months old. I'm not sure how old it is. It came out this year, and it's actually the Cowberry Skywalk, and that's a pretty cool thing. There's like these two platforms where you go out and over the side of a gorge, and you get to look down into like, there's like a little river there, and it's really awesome how you get to just walk over the top of this big ditch in the floor, and you might fall down, you might not. But yeah, so that was a pretty cool place. There was also a cafe there. We got some cake, yummy yummy. Also in the Cowberry National Park is the Nature's Window, which I'll definitely have a picture of that up on screen right now, where you get to sit inside of the Nature's Window, and it's actually quite an amazing experience. The wind comes through, and yeah. Around the Cowberry area, there's also some quite nice wildflowers. So we had some stops along the way. I can't remember if it was before or after, but we had some stops to take pictures of the wildflowers, and that was pretty awesome. There's quite different ones, each different place, each different curve of the road. There's different flowers, and it's pretty awesome. And on our way out of the Cowberry National Park into the Cowberry town, then we were a little bit hungry. It was way past lunchtime. I can't remember what the time was, but it was more towards dinner. Actually, I think we were meant to have dinner there. I can't remember what the time was, but we were after some food. So when we're in Calvary, there's lots of fish and chips places, like fish and chips place around every corner. We're like, okay, it's going to be easy to find some food. It was a Sunday afternoon. I can't remember exactly what time it was. We're like, okay, let's go get some food. Every single place that you could have possibly bought any type of food from. Like, there's lots of places you can buy food, but every single one was closed. They just like weren't open at that time. Like, either they opened too late at night, or they only open for lunch, or they weren't even open on Sunday at all. It just wasn't, yeah, we didn't come at the correct time, and we couldn't find any food, so we resorted to a shop that had a bag of lollies, and yeah, that was our resort to food. We also had some food with us, but fish and chips would have been much better. So, lesson learned. Don't go to Cowberry if you're expecting food on a Sunday evening. Not even the Roadhouse had hot food. Not even the Roadhouse had hot food. Just think about that. Every Roadhouse in the entire country has hot food, but not the one in Cowberry. So, time to give a quick update on what I'm actually doing. I've been talking about other stuff and you guys probably have no idea what I'm doing. So here I was actually making all of the graphics, and here, this is actually where I made the switch from TV screen to billboard. So if you could see before, there was an outline around it, and it actually had kind of a weird glow to it. That was the TV screen, and I actually switched to a billboard because it's seamless, it has no edge, and it doesn't have that weird glow to it. And so I've just changed all of the back colors because it's now easy to match, and look at that, that blends in really nicely, and it kind of looks like the real deal. So that's what I'm building here. The thing that I'm putting down the back is just like, I'm gonna make that a different color, because if you actually look in the original image, there's like this little it kind of comes out more than the actual, what are we gonna call this thing, the advertisement, the billboard, the graphics design, I don't know what you call it, I'm not smart. But yeah, so it has like, it kind of comes out around. The wall is bigger than the actual billboard. So that's what I'm kind of doing here with this. Let's talk a little bit more about Adventure World and what Adventure World is all about. Adventure World is Western Australia's only like proper theme park. We have like a water park as well, Outback Splash, but I think it's really the only like proper theme park in Western Australia. So it has the Abyss roller coaster, it has the Goliath, which is a pendulum flat ride, and they're just some of the key attractions that we'll be working on in this series. This series will probably be at least 15 episodes. I'm thinking it's going to be around the 15 episode mark. And it's going to be really fun. I can't wait to get the Abyss roller coaster done, because the Abyss roller coaster looks amazing. I'll pop a picture up on screen right now. Not too much. Oh, a little bit more. That's good enough. So that's it looks amazing. It's honestly a pretty fun coaster, and it might be the only roller coaster other than the little kiddie one that I've ever been on. I'm not quite sure. I don't think I've ever been on another roller coaster. And just looking at the images on the screen right now, it reminds me of, there's also this really cool sky ride, which is kind of like a little cart. It's on a pole, and you pedal with your feet. You pedal along, and you get to choose the speed that you're going at. And there's actually a video that I'm watching throughout this whole entire thing of figuring out, like, when I'm making the stuff, trying to figure out the design. There's actually later on going to be a video that I watch of another YouTuber that's been to Adventure World that I'm just watching for the different angles, and they were actually taking their video from the Sky Rail, I think that's what it's called. No, it's called Rail Rider, that's right, it's called Rail Rider. They were actually taking the images off there, and it's really good to get like a little top-down view here. Here I just went and tried to look for some images, because it's really hard to design a park inside of Planet Coaster if you don't know what it's meant to look like. I did actually end up finding this really cool website that had all sorts of pictures of Adventure World that actually has helped me out as well. And I've just seen the Kraken, which is also an amazing one. I believe it's the world's largest funnel water slide. I'm not sure if it still is. It definitely was when it was created, but it's the world's largest funnel water slide, which is pretty awesome. And it's really fun to go on. It kind of starts down, you go, and it drops down, goes into the funnel, and then you come down as well. What are some other key attractions here at Adventure World? Next episode, we're going to get started with the entry buildings, like, not the entry buildings, but like the entry behind the entry, so like the food and stuff. There's this really cool water park area for the little kids that's there, but I'm not sure how much into detail I'm going to get with that one, because it would be quite a lot of detail to do. I'll just show a picture on screen what I'm talking about. So I'm definitely going to put something there. I might try and make some water slides or something, but it's definitely not going to be as detailed as the actual thing. So here you can see I'm just making the blue things there, kind of like the price points. Here I'm putting more plants in, just trying to make it as photorealistic to the real deal as possible. You know, that's what you're trying to do when you're recreating a theme park. You're not making your own theme park, because I don't have the creativity to make my own theme park. I have to copy theme parks. But yeah, so I am actually, I don't know if I've mentioned this, I'm actually really new to the game. On this first episode, I'm actually running the game 100% legitimately. Don't question it. But yeah, I did actually end up buying the game for cheap off of the, I can't remember what it's called. It's that website where you buy keys off. So I did actually end up buying Planet Coaster from there because I don't have money to spend on the full version. But it is the full version. It's just how they do it is they buy the Planet Coaster when it's cheap, like when it's on sale, and then they sell the keys. So that's where I bought Planet Coaster from. But on this first one, I'm using it totally legitimately. Trust me. Don't sue me, please. Thanks. But yeah, I was just getting a feel for it. I was like literally only a few hours into Planet Coaster. And I think what I've done here in Planet Coaster honestly is pretty impressive, if I do say so myself, for literally having just downloaded Planet Coaster like the day beforehand. So yeah, I was really new to Planet Coaster. And I ran into so many issues because Planet Coaster, with the roofs, they have a certain tilt. So I wasn't actually able to use roof pieces for the actual roof. I had to use wall tiles. Well, they're not even wall tiles, they're like panels that I could freely rotate around. And the beams, that was another mess. It took me ages to make the roof. I wasn't recording for that, and probably you don't want to watch me doing it. It was such a long process. And here I'm just making the outskirts of the walls. So I've gotten to a point in this video where I've actually ran out of interesting things to talk about in my life. Not much really happens other than doing YouTube here. Actually, there was a really cool thing that I went to, I think it was 2 days ago, in my hometown. I'm not going to say what the event is called because you can probably just Google it and know what it is. And then find my location and DDoS me and come and find me, and yeah, we don't want to go there. But it was a really cool event where they had lots of different activities. There was like an obstacle course that probably got me the most exhausted I have been in years. Just proves how little amount of exercise I do. But it was actually a pretty difficult, like, it looked easy, but it was kind of like once you started doing the obstacle course, you were like climbing underneath stuff, doing like this army crawl, which somehow I mustn't have the right technique, because some kids were doing it fast, some kids were doing it even slower than me. It must be something to do with technique, but army crawl, didn't like it. So then after that, there was like this cool thing where they threw like powdered paint. It was like we had the war zone and you throw powdered paint. I don't know what it is. It's like powder, but it's paint. I don't know. So that was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool event. We got pretty messy. The cleanup process was quite long afterwards. Yeah. Also, another thing, I'm pretty sure you were meant to wear shorts. Like, every single kid there was wearing shorts. I was that one kid that turned up in jeans. Yeah, I done that obstacle course in jeans. And also, the cleanup of the jeans was not nice. Shorts would have been so much easier to clean up. But yeah, you live experiences. You don't learn from the experiences. You're probably gonna do it wrong again next time. But you live the experience. That's all that matters. I should become a motivational speaker. I'd be like thinking of all those different things that people say, you know, putting the quotes on the bottom of the poems, doing all that fancy stuff. But yeah. So here now I'm actually just putting the railings on for this outside bit. Honestly, the outside of this thing is so wonky. It's not even what it looks like in real life. Like, I just couldn't get a good image to base it off. It was so hard to get a good image to base off what those corners are meant to be. But it's good enough for me. It is kind of what the building looks like. So that's good enough for me. So I'm just putting some finishing touches on this building. The building's almost done. But next I'm actually going to be placing down any moment now. Just wait for me to finish these fences. I don't have anything interesting to talk about in these next 15 seconds. So we're just going to sit here. Okay, here we go. So I'm actually just placing down these black cubes I've decided to use in replacement for. This is where actually when you come through at Adventure World, this is where they scan your tickets. So we normally buy our tickets on the RAC website online because you get a discount. But we normally buy our tickets online, but if you don't buy your tickets online, you have to buy your tickets on that first thing of the window that I've built, which definitely doesn't look like what it looks like in real life, but it's good enough. So you have to buy your tickets there, and then you have to scan your tickets at a different place. I know, right? Makes so much sense. It's like so much quicker for if you come. It's probably what every single theme park does. Let's be real. I've only been to one theme park in my entire life. Come on, don't judge me. But yeah, it's so quick. Like, if you need to buy a ticket, you go through that one. If you don't need to buy a ticket, you just walk straight through to the booths. Easy. But yeah, here I'm just making the initial pathing layout, which is going to be the end. The last thing that I do in this episode is actually make this pathing layout, and actually in the next episode, because I've already majoritively recorded the next episode. It's not fully recorded, but in the next episode, I end up just getting rid of this pathing layout because it's just not good. But enjoy me making a pathing layout that looks ridiculous and I'm gonna get rid of anyways. It's just, in Planet Coaster, the pathing, it's not easy. Like, you can probably see in this, what is this, 14 times sped up footage, it's taking me ages to make this pathing, and it's really not easy to use pathing. But that's pretty much the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed today's YouTube video. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe, turn on post notifications. We will be back whenever the next episode is done. I can't guarantee any dates, probably in like 2 or 3 weeks' time, for the next episode of the Planet Coaster series, where we make Adventure World. See ya!